There's this quiet anxiety, isn't there? It sits in the background of our lives, even when things are good. It's the gnawing feeling that no matter how hard you work, how many hours you put in, you're not actually getting ahead. You're just treading water. What if I told you that you're not doomed to this cycle? What if a single, tiny, almost invisible decision made consistently could completely rewrite your financial future? Not just financially, but profoundly change how you feel about your control, your future, your very self. Hey, Jordan here, and today we're going to dive deep into a strategy so simple, so understated, that most people completely overlook it. But for those who embrace it, it's the quiet engine of true wealth and, more importantly, genuine freedom. Chapter 1. The Invisible Cage. I remember my own 20s, feeling that exact pressure. Earning more, but seemingly spending more. It felt like I was running on a treadmill that was constantly speeding up. It's like you get a raise, right? And for a moment, you feel a surge of relief. You think, okay, now I can get ahead. But then, slowly, almost imperceptibly, those extra dollars just vanish. A slightly nicer coffee, a few more takeout meals, an extra streaming service you barely use. Before you know it, you're back to square one, but with a slightly upgraded baseline of spending. This is a real phenomenon, something behavioral economists call lifestyle creep. A study from early 2025 indicated that for individuals receiving a salary increase, nearly 70% of that additional income was absorbed by elevated daily spending within 18 months. It's not always luxury purchases. It's often subtle upgrades that become the new normal. It leaves you feeling like you're stuck in an invisible cage. You work hard. You make good choices, mostly, but the escape key always seems just out of reach. Chapter 2. The Anatomy of a Shift. The truth is, the key isn't about earning $1 million overnight. It's about a fundamental shift in perception. It's about understanding that every single dollar you earn has two destinies: to be consumed or to be cultivated. And for most of us, without conscious intervention, almost every dollar gets consumed. But what if you could redirect just a tiny fraction of that flow? What if you could consistently reroute what amounts to roughly 2 fancy coffee drinks a week, or maybe one less takeaway meal, towards building something monumental? I'm talking about $125. That's it. Just $125 every month. You might think that's insignificant, but here's something powerful. I was reading this fascinating neuro study from early 2026, and it showed that consistent, small, positive actions, like making a regular investment, trigger a dopamine loop in the brain. It makes the habits stick. It's not just about the money. It's about hacking your own psychology for long-term commitment. This isn't about deprivation. It's about repurposing. It's about taking money that would otherwise vanish into the consumption black hole and giving it a new, profoundly powerful job. Chapter 3. Finding the Unseen. 125. So, how do you find this $125? It often starts not with drastic cuts, but with a forensic audit of where your money actually goes. We all have those digital ghosts haunting our bank statements. Think about your fixed expenses first. Those auto-renewing subscriptions, the insurance premiums you haven't compared in years, your phone plan that's probably more expensive than it needs to be. Many people find they're paying for streaming services they barely use or apps they forgot they even downloaded. A few hours spent shopping around for insurance providers or calling your internet company can easily shave off 30, 50, sometimes even $100 from your monthly bills. It's less about scarcity and more about intentionality. Then there's the flow, the discretionary spending that trickles away. That extra lunch out, the impulse buys, the casual online shopping. Nobody's saying you need to eat ramen and never buy anything fun again. But what if you just shifted one takeout meal to a homemade one each week? Or paused that online cart for 24 hours to see if you still truly wanted it? Those small, conscious choices accumulate faster than you think. And remember, saving is only half the equation. The modern economy offers more ways than ever to earn an extra $125. A few hours of freelancing, picking up a gig on a weekend, or turning a hobby into a small side hustle. It's often more accessible than people imagine. So I'm curious, what's one invisible expense in your life you think you could easily repurpose? Let me know in the comments below. Chapter 4. The Unstoppable Engine of Compounding. Now this is where the magic, or rather the math, becomes truly captivating. Once you've found that $125 each month, the real work begins. You don't just save it, you cultivate it. You invest it. Imagine consistently putting that $125 into a diversified investment account, like an index fund, every single month. In the first few years, it might feel a bit slow. After 5 years, you've contributed $7,500, with an average historical market return of 9 to 10%, which is a conservative long-term average for a broad market index like the S&P 500. That $7,500 would likely be closer to $9,500. Okay, a couple $1,000, you might think. Nice, but not life-changing. This is where most people miss the forest for the trees. They're looking at the sapling, not the eventual redwood. Let's fast forward. Over a 40-year career, that consistent $125 a month means you personally contributed a total of $60,000. That's your labor, your discipline. But your investment account wouldn't be $60,000. Oh no. At that same average market return, it would realistically be over $700,000. Think about that. You put in $60,000. Your money, working for you, generated over $640,000. More than 10 times your direct contribution. That's not magic. That's the undeniable, silent, and unstoppable force of compound interest. It's your money earning money, which then earns more money, exponentially. There's this weird paradox unfolding right now, too. A 2024 survey showed that despite an explosion of free financial content online, nearly 40% of millennials report feeling overwhelmed by financial advice, leading to inaction. This strategy cuts through that noise. It's not complicated, it's consistent. Chapter 5. The Psychology of Wealth Acceleration. The hardest part isn't the math. It's the human part. It's the battle against immediate gratification in a world designed to constantly tempt you to spend. That $125 each month will face 100 different temptations. A concert ticket, an upgraded gadget, a last-minute weekend getaway. These are the moments that test your commitment. This is where automation becomes your superpower. Treat that $125 investment like a bill. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your investment account the day after you get paid. You pay yourself first, before the world even gets a chance to tempt you. And here's something profound that happens when you do this. As your investment balance slowly but surely grows, something shifts in your brain. You start to see that balance increasing each month, not just from your contribution, but from the market's growth. It becomes genuinely exciting. That initial discipline transforms into a deeply satisfying reward. You stop seeing investing as a sacrifice and start seeing it as the most intelligent thing you do with your money. This psychological shift is powerful. That $75 dinner isn't just $75 anymore. You start to see it as potentially $800 in future wealth over 20 years, quietly slipping through your fingers. You don't necessarily stop enjoying life, but your decision-making becomes infused with a new awareness of long-term value. This mindset is what separates those who build significant wealth from those who remain stuck. It's not about being smarter or working harder. It's about a different relationship with time and money. Chapter 6. Beyond the 125, the path to freedom. The beauty of starting with just $125 isn't that you're stuck there forever. It's that it proves to you that wealth building is possible. It builds confidence. Once you've consistently invested for 6 months or a year, watching that account grow, you'll feel a surge of empowerment. You might start asking, where else can I optimize? You'll start scrutinizing other areas, maybe negotiating a better deal on your car insurance, consolidating debt, or even pursuing that promotion more aggressively at work, specifically to fuel your investment accounts. That $125 habit becomes the launch pad for an entire lifestyle of financial optimization. The goal here isn't just a big number in an account. It's freedom. The freedom to take a calculated risk on a new job opportunity because you have a safety net. The freedom to potentially start that side business you've always dreamed of. The freedom from that constant, gnawing anxiety. Your greatest asset isn't your job or your house. It's your time. And every month you delay starting this process is a month of compounding growth you can never truly recover. This quiet, consistent path is rarely glamorous. It won't get you rich overnight. But it will, with unwavering certainty, make you wealthy over time. And that is infinitely more valuable than any fleeting lottery win or get-rich-quick scheme. It is the path walked by generations of truly financially free individuals. If this conversation resonated with you, if it sparked even a flicker of possibility, consider joining this community. We explore these deep psychological and practical aspects of building a life of true financial freedom, not just accumulating stuff. Subscribe and let's keep the conversation going. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until next time, keep cultivating. I'm Jordan.